Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Salam. Hello, everyone. We are going to go through some medical recommendations and suggestions for you to better prepare you for your spiritual ziyarat trip. Number one, if you take any medications, especially for diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, lung disease, or any other conditions, make sure you bring your medications with you and enough of them. Depending on the country that you're traveling to, for example, at Saudi, you cannot go to the pharmacy and purchase a lot of medications without a doctor's prescription. And so please make sure you are bringing enough of the medications that you usually take with you. Number two is try to reduce the risk of getting sick. So for example, wash your hands as much as you can, certainly before you start eating. Absolutely wash your hands. Have hand sanitizer on you, and before touching your face, especially touching your eyes, use hand sanitizer. If you have any chronic conditions such as diabetes, if you're immunocompromised, if you take any steroid medications, if you have any lung disease, try to have mask on as much as possible. If you're eating fruits, try to peel them before eating them, even if they're fully washed and you're eating them at your hotel. Try not to eat outside food, and so outside of your hotel, try not to eat food. A lot of us, especially if we haven't been to the Middle East for a long time, our body reacts differently to certain bacteria and viruses that are considered to be normal flora over there. And so maybe they don't get sick themselves, but we are prone to getting sick just because we are not exposed to the same group of bacteria and viruses. And so be careful, and especially if it is hot outside, try to avoid eating outside food as much as possible. And the next recommendation is, before you leave, either contact your primary care physician, let them know you're going to this trip, or go and see your primary care physician and ask them to write prescription for you for a couple antibiotics. For example, for azithromycin or Z-Pak and amoxicillin. These two antibiotics usually provide good coverage for a variety of infections. And as I mentioned, if you're visiting Saudi, you cannot just purchase antibiotics without a doctor's prescription. So the best thing to do is to bring antibiotics with you, so just in case you need to take them, you have them. If you're traveling to Iraq or Iran, you can purchase some antibiotics from the pharmacy, but mind you, the pharmacists, they don't know your medical history, they don't know your kidney function, they don't know your allergies, and so it is much better and advisable to just see your own doctor before you leave, and go to the pharmacy, get the antibiotics and bring them with you just in case you need to use them. If you are doing your ziyarat during the flu season, which usually starts in the beginning of the fall and it goes all the way through the end of the spring, make sure you have received the flu shot before leaving. And also you can ask your primary care physician to write you a prescription for Tamiflu. Tamiflu can reduce the severity of influenza symptoms. Also, if you know you have been exposed to influenza, so if your roommate or if your family member has influenza, and then you can go ahead and take Tamiflu as prophylaxis to prevent you from getting sick. And the last part is if you have chronic pain, knee pain, arthritis pain, and there is a certain brand of pain medication that works for you, such as Advil or Tylenol, try to bring that with you. In most countries, if you go to their pharmacies, you can purchase acetaminophen and ibuprofen without any prescriptions. And but again, it is good for you to have it, especially if you know there is a certain brand that works the best for you. Also, try to bring over-the-counter anti-nausea and especially anti-diarrhea medications, and try to bring electrolyte packs with you. So just in case, God forbid, you have a stomach problems, food poisoning, stomach flu, while you're traveling, that you can use electrolyte packs, and so it prevents you from getting dehydrated. If you have any other questions, you're more than welcome to let us know.